Today we're talking the Commander 2 rate control system from Surefire Ag Systems. Again, once your system has been fully calibrated and plugged in, ready to go, after you run your manual tests, we are now ready for automation and to check everything else within the system to make sure to see if we're ready to go and eventually be ready to go to the field. So right now we want to talk about calibration mode and auto mode. So this would be our auto test. This would be the final test to kind of evaluate everything right before we would go to the field. So in the auto test mode, we will simulate driving through the field in the tractor with the system fully automated like it would be essentially during planting time driving through the field. And hopefully we'll be locking on the rate, able to see our pressure and see how the system is performing. So to get into auto mode, the auto test, we want to go into calibration mode once again by holding down the cal button. Hold it down for a couple of seconds and then your red light will come on. We want to make sure that we're also in auto mode. So we'll jump back out really quick. I probably should have shown you that. We'll hold down the auto man button and we'll want to make sure we are in auto mode. So we're in auto mode. We'll hold the cal button back down. We'll click the dial over to speed. Lower right corner, and here we can hold the plus button down to put in our desired speed that we would be planting at in the field. So for this simulation, we'll put in 4 miles an hour. Takes just a couple of seconds, and that will be replicating 4 miles an hour driving through the field. Then we are going to want to turn the dial over to rate. And again, earlier we put in 5 gallons an acre, so we know that's going to be our target rate. When we are ready to go, we've got the system in run already, and the only thing now is we have to open up the section valves to open up the flow and to let the pumps know that they can go. So we're over at speed. We're showing that we're driving 4 miles an hour. The system is applying 5 gallons an acre as we asked it to. And here we're able to flip over to pressure and see the overall system pressure and feeling pretty good about the fact that we're at 24 PSI. And with our Tower electric pump systems, we want to be running anywhere between 15 and 30 PSI comfortably. We can sure run a little bit higher than that into the 30s, but we like to stay under that 40 PSI range for sure with our electric pump system. So we're in good shape there. Again, we can also flip over to volume per minute and check that. So we're at 0.8 roughly, and that's going to move around. Another thing I do like to point out that when we're in test mode, sitting still, naturally, you're not going to see the pressure jump around a lot. But once we are actually traveling through the field, it's going to be just a natural thing to see the pressure jumping around. However, when we're locked over on rate, and this is where we want to keep it as we're driving through the field, to know what our gallons per acre is. And right now we're locked on at 5 gallons an acre, and we don't want to see that bouncing around too much. But again, with liquid, naturally, you're gonna see some things bouncing around. So everything is looking good. This is our auto mode. Now going to the field, you would be ready to go in this case. So we will put this back down to 0, and after we get out of this with a flip of a switch, you are ready to plant in auto mode, driving through the field. So we're in hold, section's off, we'll get out of cal mode, and now we are back into standard auto mode, in hold, and now once you are ready to plant, you would simply flip the switch over to run, turn your booms on and start driving, and the system will put out the 5 gallons an acre. That is the auto mode. You're now ready to plant. Again, with any questions, we ask that you check out your specific manual for any of the platforms that you're running, or please consult your dealer or Surefire representative before adjusting any of those special cal numbers within the system.